Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Out to his left. And incomplete to open things up. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. Play action. Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jarrett Davis in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Carry now. This is Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Johnson looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alone. This is Alfred Morris. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now a toss play. It's Morris. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Morris, and he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Here's Morris. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They run with Morris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here come the Lions now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to T.J. Jones that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Lions had the fewest third down conversions on the ground in the NFL in 2017. What will they do here on 3rd and short? They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. 21. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Steps away. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devon Kennard able to drop him for a loss of 4.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devon Kennard able to drop him for a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kerry Hyder in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? On play action, now Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. And Gould is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there counts what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Carter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out now come the Lions. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Finds Roberts left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Stafford on third down. It's caught. Jones. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the Notre Dame man. This is Theo Riddick. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Do you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Get set! Hey!
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Screen play, McKinnon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taking it about the 16. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
21!
On 1st down, Stafford here. The left side completion to Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Double, double. 22.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, 3rd quarter. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Again, here's Blood. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Stafford. Looking downfield for Joe. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play on third down for the Lions. 44 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. DeForest Buckner busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's Stafford. This will be caught inside the 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Luke Wilson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get...
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Damon Harrison in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
They run once more with McKinnon, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And Detroit getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
All right, here we go, here we go.
Stafford on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Stafford. And Wilson has it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for a Lions first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing on third down, Stafford dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same.
Hey, come on.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey. You got three. Three down.
They'll toss it to Morris. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit, throwing it a little bit more.
Escaping the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford underneath for Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
22.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
10.
On third down, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This is caught inside the 15. And down to the 11. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. To throw is Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
22. Hey, go here.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cassius Marsh in there to sack him for a loss of 6. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle to Tease Tabor that time. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Here again is McKinnon. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.